Hello and welcome to Sam's on Wrestling. I am Baby Sam and I'm here with Arthritic Sam. How are you today? How are the joints?
You're making a joke, but I have arthritis in my left hand.
You don't?
I undiagnosed,
Really?
but everything points to arthritis in my left hand.
Oh no. Well, don't I feel like a twat right now? Oh dear. Oh wow, that's actually interesting. That's how old he is. That is how old he is. His joints are breaking physically. It's not even a joke. It's just true. My joints, however, working very nice. So there we go. Anyway, this is Sam's on Wrestling, not Sam's on Arthritis.
I know what I'm going to put in the lockbox today.
Me. But welcome back to our Lockbox series. If you are not familiar, this is where we take things from wrestling. It can be anything. It can be a person. It can be a show. It could be a match, a trope, whatever it is in wrestling, a concept. And
You mean like Nick and Matt Jackson?
yeah, literally. They are firm right at the bottom of that lockbox. They're never coming out, Sam. They're never seeing the light of day again. We take it, we put it in a box, and it's something we would like to get rid of from wrestling. We've done serious ones, we've done funny ones, we've done nonsense ones. I put Titus O'Neil in there
You
just
did.
for the lols.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Titus.
call the police!
We can't call them from in there. So, Sam.
So before we get into our lockbox,
Of course, I forgot to do
you
the
don't forget
subscribe thing.
you do the bit there,
Yeah.
and apparently like YouTube listens and it helps, and people there's a spike and all that jazz.
exactly.
So do that bit.
Okay, so before we get into it, because
Yeah.
I'm sure we have some very interesting
Of course.
ideas, don't forget to...
We've only been doing the show a year.
I know, I've slept since the last time we've done it, Sam. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I did it how you always say.
Subscribe.
And yes, for more wrestling content. Now, Sam, I'm going to have you start today. I'm very excited to see what you want to put in our lockbox.
Okay, Sam, hang on one sec. I am here to speak to the fans. I hate you fans. Do you get what I'm doing yet?
I think you're doing a scripted promo. Sam.
I hate scripted promos. Right, no, I'm going to be more specific here, actually.
Please.
Scripted promos, but given to people who can talk, and given to those who can't to cover that they can't. And that's the thing. And there's two reasons that I actually have no problem with somebody who can't talk having to have a promo given to them or a scripted promo. But it doesn't sound authentic. Even if they're bad at promos, I'm sorry, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be in WWE or Ricochet, you need to know how to talk and you need to know how to do promos. Like we did a power ranking on John Morrison. You know, I don't know if it's come out yet, but the idea we were saying he was a rubbish promo. He then did acting classes and he came back and he was a much better promo. Like, go and learn how to do promos. Like, it's not difficult. Speak from the heart. Get some bullet points and then learn how to do it. But it's like when CM Punk, here's your scripts. Nope. Because I don't need someone to talk from, and it's absolutely right, because it doesn't sound authentic. And you hear it. Roman Reigns from pre-2020, Roman Reigns from post-2020 don't sound like the same bloke. And that's because it works so much better. But then you get people who can talk, and you just hear... I remember Mr. Kennedy said he's got to learn 2 pages, and then suddenly the crowd are doing something. And your brain doesn't know if I can respond to that, if I can go off script. And then you get wrestlers like Charlotte Flair go off script to try and test the young person. And you're like... Okay, you're not helping me now. I thought we were working together. It's a TV show or a team. I despise a scripted promo. It should be scripted. The show should be scripted as a general thing, but you should be able to give people bullet points. Obviously, they've got to have sound bites that they need to cover, and you can give them a few lines that they need to hit, because guess what? They need to do. But I'll give you an example. Bray Wyatt. I freaking love Bray Wyatt. And then I hated Bray Wyatt because suddenly his promos were rambling, made no sense, and you could just tell that they were written down, and then he's learnt them, and you're just there going, none of this is like I care about, and I lost interest. And then when he came back, he sounded so much more authentic and so much more interesting. I hate scripted promo, Sam, because I really think that they stop someone from being good, who is good, who could say some amazing things, and they really don't help someone potentially who is bad because they don't sound natural or authentic. I'll give an example. This is the most modern one. I think Bianca Belair is an awful promo.
Oh, yeah.
I think she sucks as a promo. I think she's one of the best in-ring athletes WWE have ever had. Men or women, I will point out. She is genuinely incredible. But I don't think she can talk for toffee. And everyone talked about her, the first ever thing she did with Naomi. And when they cried at each other, Naomi turned and did all that. Like, Naomi was doing all right. I thought Bianca sounded terrible. And I really complained about it. I thought
Oh, no, I remember that. It was like a whole rally shouting
Yeah.
over each other.
It was terrible.
Just wasn't
But it
good.
sounded fake because it's not real, because Bianca can't deliver these lines properly. Rhea Ripley can't deliver the lines
She's
properly.
not a good talker.
But is she not a good talker, or can she not deliver these scripted lines because she's not a good actor? Because there was a scene where she lost the world title, I remember at EO, and they filmed her backstage, and clearly they don't do, this is YouTube, and she just riffed off this promo, out of desperation, and it was amazing, and I was like, that's your character, do that, you sound more authentic, let's be that on TV rather than this bloody Rhea Ripley who gets to beat everybody. And no, back to scripted promos, and then they had that terrible triple threat kind of promo, overproduced nonsense. So literally, stop giving promos to people who can't talk. They need to learn. I'm not saying they need to sink or swim, but they need to learn how to do it. But if you keep giving them this life preserver, they're going to keep sounding inauthentic, but they'll kind of just tick along, and they won't grow. People need it to be difficult, or need to, if it's something that you're not good at, need to grow. Look at John Cena as a wrestler. John Cena was thrown into that main event because he got over and he was not ready. And the crowd revolted and they just kept going, and kept going. And Cena worked so hard to get better and better and better and better. So much so it got to the stage where we were like, wow, Cena's actually a brilliant wrestler now. And you need to go through, but you need to go through that hardship. And also stop giving scripts to people like Kevin Owens and LA Knight who don't need it, who can just deliver a great... You can always tell when LA Knight's been given a script and when he's not been given a script.
Yes.
Because sometimes LA Knight will do a promo and you go, boring, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then sometimes he'll do a promo and you go, that was great.
Well, you can tell because he's riffing off what the fans are doing when he's not got the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Always with somebody else like Paul Heyman, you're going, they're going to let those two have a chat and they're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason I say, Alan a good talker, he doesn't get a script, but what happens if he's in the ring with somebody who's not a good talker? That person needs a script, therefore LA Knight needs a script, and then it falls up. I hate scripted promos. Sam, what do you think?
Sam, I have been shouting to the heavens about scripted promos for years and years and years before I met you. I really should have. I really should have. Very nice, very nice. I know. No, I despise them, but I think I really agree with what you're saying in terms of, again, the art form of wrestling. Again, I say it all the time. It's very unique. The talking is as important, or if not arguably more important than the moves.
Ricochet.
So yeah, exactly. So would you...
How many times did I say Ricochet?
I know, in a video.
I'm just going to say one more time before you say this. I hated Ricochet before everyone else hated Ricochet.
No, it's true.
And I hate it.
No, I know.
I've been talking about this man for about 10 years.
You really have. I know.
Anyway. Shut up on Twitter.
It's like, well, would they... when you're producing matches, you don't specifically go, okay, this is going to be the first move, the next move, because again, you're supposed to be completely riffing off the audience. It's a TV show that has the luxury that none have of actually being able to listen to the audience and adapt the entertainment on the fly. Awesome, unique, part of what makes you. That's great.
Only improv shows can do it, and that's it.
Exactly. The wrestlers need to be given the trust to be able to... If you want unique characters... Guess what? Let people be them. People are naturally unique characters. What's going to give you more unique and interesting characters with more layers? The same 10 writers writing for everyone, or these individual people coming up with their characters, collaborating and actually making their own characters, and then you booking around them and what gets over and what works. If you take the scripted promos away, what you're alluding to, Sam, is brilliant, because it creates what happened in the Attitude Era, a meritocracy. Because now... everyone's on the same wavelength. That doesn't mean you don't help people or give them training.
You should work together as well.
It's all a collaborative team game, but it means that everyone now has an opportunity to show what they can and can't do, and it's just believable. And that's what wrestling is direly lacking at the moment for me, and has been for a long, long time, and it's gone up and down.
I think it's been better recently. I think Triple H definitely gives more free reign.
Yeah.
So this is more of definitely a thing about the past, but I've mentioned modern wrestlers to make that point that I more care about now the fact that you're giving scripts to people who can't talk and it sounds fake and doesn't sound authentic. I don't think I've heard Bianca Belair sound authentic once.
No.
And then you have people who are good talkers, such as an LA Knight, but then you put them in the ring with somebody who's not a great talker, and then suddenly everything sounds stilted. I've got to wait for you to finish your bit. I've got to finish my bit.
It's not how real conversations work.
And it just doesn't work for me. So can I put terrible... scripted promos for people who can do promos who are forced to sound stilted, or people who can't do promos who don't sound authentic, particularly scripted promos in general, into the Lockbox, Sam?
Absolutely you can, Sam.
Get in there now! Baby Sam, my darling. What would you like to add to the Lockbox?
I'm quite happy with this idea. I think it needs to go and stay in there forever. I am going this is a new thing. It's a new trope, and it's one that I gave a chance initially and thought, okay, this could actually be quite interesting. I like it when WWE does different things. And AEW, they do rare. Exactly. They do different things, creative things. But I've had enough of it. I gave it a chance. It doesn't work. I don't like it. I'm putting in important storyline points happening outside of shows. So I'm going Kevin Owens attacking Cody Rhodes, turning heel on Cody Rhodes in a car park.
I didn't mind that.
No, I was
okay with that.
This is when I was willing to go with it, but now I've come full circle now.
And now I'm with you, because I loved that, because I was telling you how great that idea was.
Was it great or was it different?
No, it was great and it was different, but now it's the fact they're not doing it like they're doing it in things like press conferences.
So this is where the Cena R-Truth one killed me, because I was saying...
the most famous one, before we get to the R-Truth one, The Rock. Cody Rhodes saying, I'm going for WrestleMania, and you're like, hardly anybody was watching that.
I know that.
I did, because I knew something was going to happen.
Surprise, wasn't it in Vegas?
Yeah, it was, yeah. And it was a press conference that needed to be done, but it was a WrestleMania press conference.
That would have been the fans who, those fans that pay to watch your content and to go and watch stuff. I was saying, the moment Cena turned heel, we were all really excited, amazing moment. We were both saying, and I was saying to all other wrestling fan friends that I've got, I was saying, I'm desperate to see Cena go on a Raw and like R-Truth to come out and him to beat the living crap out of R-Truth in front of everyone and then he'd actually get proper heel heat, because that was the initial problem. Everyone was cheering him because it was like, heel Cena, we're not really, there's no organic heel heat really. That would have been the moment in front of fans that had got him loads of boos. I'm talking bust him open, which they can do now. I would have been like really visceral, beat him up, get all the heel heat, and we wasted it for some random wrestling journalists, and no reaction because they're just journalists there to do a press conference and they
don't believe in kayfabe, don't believe in wrestling.
Exactly, they're not even asking kayfabe questions because the whole thing isn't kayfabe when you do a press conference. So,
but Cena's doing kayfabe.
No, exactly.
It's a mess.
No, it is a hot mess, and trust me, I can put press conferences in their own right as well.
I'm going to.
No, exactly. It's going to be
the fact that they're doing stuff that matters on TV. Not on TV. It was like back in Vince's era when he used to have title changes happen on house shows, and you're like, why are you doing that?
But at least that's in front of paid fans.
But I'm turning on. I'm like, hang on. When did the natural disasters?
When did Styles win the title?
Yeah. Why have we done that? Couldn't you have just waited and done it on a Raw or a Superstars or whatever? But no. But this is getting worse, because the Kevin Owens Cody thing was great. That was exciting because it felt new, but it also felt real. Yeah. And when you can make something feel real, they're going, Kevin's just snapped. Now, that was his heel turn as well, which actually made it even bigger. And you're like, that was great. But then we just kept doing it and doing it.
And now I look at that Owens heel turn and I'm like, I'd have loved to see that on a SmackDown where it's like, the Festival of Friendship. Yeah. Imagine if that had happened not in front of fans, Sam. You know what I mean?
just in his living room.
Yeah. Just like Jericho's wife just being like, Kevin, what's going on?
Kevin, no.
What do you mean?
No, Jericho's not really goes. Jericho's wife going, it's not kayfabe, It's fine. I've put Coco on.
A fake punches.
He's brought his son round. We're having marshmallows after this. You get yours done. I'm on my iPhone with it. I'll film it on the iPhone. Yeah. Oh, sorry, horizontal. Sorry.
Yeah. But think of the clicks he would have got, Sam. The clicks. It's all about the clicks.
She posted to TikTok, but doesn't have to do a hashtag, so no one watches it.
No, exactly. Oh no. It's. I actually respect the fact they tried to do something different, but I really don't like it because again the ticket prices are way too high as it is. So at least give us stuff when they go to the shows. I'm really not a fan of it, Sam.
I complained about the press conference thing, and someone go, well, watch it then. I went, I haven't got enough time.
Yeah.
I'm already watching, if I watched WWE that week, because it was at a pay-per-view, wasn't it? I think. That was 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's actually 9, because SmackDown was 3.5, and the pay-per-view was 3.5. And I'm like, I haven't got enough time. Whereas like, well, you can't complain. I went, I can complain. Yeah. That's not on a main thing, because look at the percentage numbers of people who watch a press conference. No one cares.
And also,
the only people who care about press conferences are the people who are looking for clicks or people who are looking to post something about it.
Yes.
I don't care about that. I want to post about what happens on my telly.
I want to watch the show. I thought, think of the it was after the Backlash pay-per-view, that press conference. Think of the people who bought tickets to Raw the next night thinking, I could have seen that, seen him attack R-Truth. Yeah. The Kevin Owens one, the people who were on the following SmackDown, they'd be like, oh, we could have got that heel turn. Yeah. We could have seen that, but they're not seeing it and they're paying hundreds of pounds. Yeah. I just think, you know what, we tried it. It doesn't work. Keep your content into your TV episode content. It's not difficult. It doesn't work. They're keeping going with it. And again, the Cody one's a big one as well. I'm done with it, Sam. I don't like it. No. It doesn't work.
Unless you're the Miz on Talking Smack, you are not allowed to do anything interesting outside of TV. It is allowed. Sam, could you please enter episodic things being done outside of the TV that's cool and interesting into the lockbox, please.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
There we go. Ah.
Thank you very much for joining us. What would you add into the lockbox from Wrestling Tropes, as well as storylines, wrestlers, whatever it is you want to get rid of from wrestling? Do it. Put it in the comments. Oh, God. Everything we just talked about is scripted.
I don't want to be in that box right now.
No, it's a bad box.
It's a bad. It's
It's
box.
been a year.
Pandora's
It's
box.
a year's worth of box. It's not a good box.
We're going to need a bigger box.
We're going to need a bigger box.